Talk Real Estate with Sharon McNamara, sponsored by Boston Connect Real Estate Services.
Hi, I'm Sharon McNamara, and you are listening to Talk Real Estate Roundtable. Let me share a little bit about my background before we get started. I am the broker-owner of Boston Connect Real Estate, a boutique real estate firm that is home to over 30 real estate sales and marketing consultants who service home buyers and home sellers throughout Boston, the South Shore, the South Coast, and Cape Cod. Our firm takes pride in assisting our clients in the next chapter of their lives by taking a holistic approach to their real estate endeavors. We believe that every move should be a moving experience. Every week, my real estate team member, Mary Baker, and I, along with the director of Boston Connect Real Estate, Melissa Wallace, provide you with our unique marketing approach to selling homes and share with you our expertise in navigating the home buying process. We like to mix it up sometimes, so not only will you hear our perspective on real estate topics, but you will hear the expert thoughts and opinions of some of our real estate agents at Boston Connect Real Estate and the preferred professionals that we trust. Be part of our roundtable. If you have any questions during the show, please call 781-837-4900. We'd love to talk real estate. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and wherever you listen to podcasts at Talk Real Estate Roundtable. If you would like a one-on-one consultation with me and my team or one of the dedicated agents at Boston Connect Real Estate to discuss your real estate needs, you can connect with us at bostonconnect.com or 781-826-8000. Now, sit back, relax, take good notes, and let's talk real estate.
And hello to all my South Shore neighbors. You are listening to Talk Real Estate Roundtable. My name is Melissa Wallace, and I am joined in studio by the one and only Tracy Grady.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We have new microphones, so if we're a little soft, just let me know, Tim. So
yeah, Tracy's a little soft.
I'm
Yeah.
right, and I'm
On the
right
mic, not her. No.
Well, I mean,
We're all a
Wow.
little soft
Wow.
sometimes. It's okay.
I'm
No.
a little soft.
well, I am a Pisces. I'm very sensitive.
I'm a Capricorn. I don't even know what that means.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm a
on this
sensitive lady.
mic. Like, I can't get any closer.
Yeah, can't get any closer. I'll turn hers up. But I'm joined by Tracy Grady today. Hello.
morning.
One
Good
half of
morning.
the Grady team.
One half of the Grady team.
Where's the other half?
The other half is actually doing a showing. Actually,
Oh, where?
on Michelle's listing.
Oh.
on Woodbine Road.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we're going back for
I
the
heard
second
you had an
showing.
interested buyer.
I do have an interested buyer. We're out there looking at it today to see if we can do some. Oh, yeah, that's much better. Now I can hear. Yeah, my own voice pumping back into my own head.
We just have to turn ourselves up, even though like I feel like I scream all the time.
Yeah, it's definitely getting that.
But
feeling.
yeah, we got some better microphones.
Yeah, they're really
Yeah,
nice.
we're working out the kinks, but
Yeah.
we got some better microphones. So,
Yeah.
so he's at Woodbine.
He's going
We have
up
an
and taking a
interested
peek.
buyer.
We have an interested buyer who wants to make some remodeling to this. It's a cottage that sits on
Yeah.
the water, but it's a year-round cottage, and it's a spectacular
Yeah,
location. Oh my
I
God.
saw it last week when Michelle did a commuter open house, and she had actually talked to me about it before it went on the market because she thought I might be interested in
Because we
for
all know
myself.
that Melissa is looking
I'm
for
looking.
a property. She's looking.
I'm looking. And there were, a couple of things that I was like, oh, yeah, first of all, great neighborhood, great
neighborhood.
like, access to the water.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Like it's like on Golden Pond. I
Yeah.
mean, it's like being on Golden Pond
Yeah.
right there, right on the edge of the water.
Yeah, so I went to the open house, and, yeah, it's great. It's great.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah, it's a great space. It's a
Yes.
great space.
Yep.
So when she said that your client was interested, I was like, oh, yes, I hope so.
I hope so too.
Yeah.
So we're going to see what happens. So, tough to get a contractor these days
Yeah.
that can go out and give an estimate and get on their agenda to
Yeah.
even look at the property to see if they, what they wanted to do with it. So
Yeah.
she wanted to make some changes before, she moved in. So we're going to hopefully put that together today. Would be really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to give you a moment to reintroduce yourself to all of our listeners
Okay.
who might not know who you are while I get us set up on Facebook, okay?
Okay, so I am Tracy Grady, the one part of the Grady team. My husband Jim and I do real estate together. We've been here at Boston Connect since 2016. I
Oh, yeah.
think is right. Yeah,
That's
coming
when
up
I
like
started,
8.
yeah.
Yep. We started right about the same time. And we live in Hanover. We have 2 wonderful children that live out of state. So we are empty nesters, which is really funny now because we put a pool in and our kids are beside themselves.
They're like, where was this pool the past 30 years?
Pretty much exactly correct. They've been looking for this pool for their whole entire lives.
Yeah.
So they're out of state. Our daughter Taylor is in Nashville and our son Colin is in D.C. Mm-hmm. So, yep. They're both living their
doing
best
big
lives.
things, super
Doing the
successful.
big- yep,
Like you
doing-
guys have like the greatest kids.
They're
Don't tell that
just-
to anybody else.
Yeah, don't tell- yeah, no.
If you're listening and you know who I am and you have kids, sorry, just block your ears.
Yeah, just block your ears.
You do have great kids, great. Yeah,
They're both doing their dream jobs, which you can't ask for anything more as a parent.
Well, that and you know what I love about your kids is that like they want to do things with you. Like,
Yes.
like everyone, like every couple of weeks, I feel like you're like, oh, Colin's in town, or Colin Tabitha are in town, and I'm just like. Well, everybody's here.
What do you mean? They all come home. They all come home.
They love coming home with you.
They
And then
come home.
you went to a concert with Taylor.
I did. I got to go to
ago.
Levitate. Yep, I went to Levitate with Taylor, and actually Taylor did better. She did better by Colin, though. She works for WME, which is the William Morris Entertainment Agency, and the girl can get tickets like nobody's business. So she ended up getting her brother and his girlfriend and a couple of their friends tickets right down front to Kane Brown at Fenway, and I guess that was a take. I didn't go to that show, but it was Kane Brown, it was Darius Rucker, Carly Pierce, and they were like, they kept going down, like they had their tickets in their hand and they would go a little further down, and they're like, no, you need to go down further. No, you need to go down further. And Colin finally realized, oh my God, we're in the pit. Like we are right. We could touch the stage. They were that close. So.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so she does very well. She represents, her agent that she works for represents Kane Brown. So it's kind of fun. What we feel like, I'm feeling like, oh my God, like this is like a superstar.
I know, superstar. I know. You tell me all these stories, and I'm just like, oh my gosh,
Yeah,
what a life.
What a life. Yeah,
What a life.
She just stumbled into it. She went to school down, and that's what she went to school for. So
Yeah.
she did music business at Belmont down in Nashville. So she's not leaving anytime soon. Her and her boyfriend, Duran.
Yeah.
So they're down there. He's a drummer. Yeah, she just lives a great life.
She does. And you go down there and visit her. And so that's what I'm always like. They just, like, you could tell you love your kids.
Yeah,
Like,
love my
some
kids.
people you
Love
can just
to
tell.
spend
Like,
time
you
with
just
your-
really love your kids
Yeah.
and they love hanging out with you
Yeah,
guys.
they
So
come home, and even when they're home, like when Colin's home, they're like, their friends are like, well, we'll just go to your parents' house because it's just easier.
Well, I
'cause
went to
you're all
Colin's
there.
30th birthday party
right.
at
Yeah.
your house.
Yeah.
I mean, we all rolled in late and he's there with all of his friends. And
Yeah.
it's just like one big party.
One big party.
One
Yeah.
big party
One
hanging out
big
at
party.
Colin's parents' house.
Yeah, we'll just go to your parents' house if that's okay, because we love it, so
Yeah.
it's fine. Yeah,
You love it.
Yeah,
You
we
love it.
love it. So
Um,
all's good there. So
yes.
that's us. We're the Grady team.
You are
We do
the
a ton
Grady
of new
team.
construction.
Yes,
We are the king and queen.
Yeah.
We are the king and queen of condos too. In
You're the
Pembroke,
king
I
and
will
queen
say
of
that.
condos. Yeah, that and new construction. So I'm still doing Facebook. So why don't you talk a little bit about your new construction
Yep.
that you have on the market right
Yep,
now?
we have a couple of new construction projects. Actually, we had a wonderful showing at Roller Coaster Road yesterday with a lovely young couple that had a 6-month-old golden retriever puppy.
Oh.
So adorable. So we're hoping that's going to go under agreement soon. And we still have 719 Ferry Street, which is a spectacular colonial home, 4 bedrooms, all hardwood floors, whole house generator. I mean, it has everything. And it's a beautiful property. We work with K&G Development and Bob Goslin. And he's just a dream to work with. We always say when we go to the closings, it's like a kumbaya moment when we're there. Like people are bringing him gifts because they've just struck up a friendship while building the house. So he is very easy to work with. And both homes still have plenty that you could put your own spin on it. You can pick out your cabinets, you can pick out your countertops. How do you want your hardwood floors? I guess they got into a conversation yesterday. Of course, we have a golden retriever, Edna. So we, the homeowner wanted dark floors. She's like, I want to stain the floors dark. All 3 of the guys looked at her like, Are you crazy? You're gonna have golden glitter all over your floor.
Golden glitter. I love that.
It's Jim's turn for Edna's fur that
Edna's
gets
fur.
everywhere. That gets everywhere. Golden glitter on a dark hardwood floor is going to show up. So,
that is
yeah,
definitely going to show up.
Yep, that's going to show up.
So I love golden glitter.
Golden glitter, it just gets everywhere. It just sounds so much nicer than what it truly is.
Yeah, what it truly is
Yeah.
when you have to clean it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, Edna comes. You haven't brought Edna in a while.
I know. I almost brought her to the show today, actually, because she would just lay here. She's
yeah, she
pretty
would just
chill.
lay here. Yeah, we have a new puppy. I don't know if I can announce it yet because they haven't even announced it, even though they've had the puppy for a few weeks.
Yeah.
That puppy has been coming in and just the chillest.
Jim said that he met
dog.
Met him the other day.
Jim came and picked up a commission check. Whoop whoop. And there was a baby gate up, and I was out on the porch with the baby, aka the puppy.
The puppy.
And I was like, oh, hold on, I have a baby over here. And he was like, a baby?
What?
Wait a minute. Did I miss 9 months? Did you have a baby? I was like, oh, hold on. This is so-and-so. And I wanted to say who it is, but they haven't even announced it. They want to do a little family photo to announce it. Oh, good.
I
don't know, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. So anyways, but Jim did say very chill, like not...
Yeah, super chill, just walks over. Like, yeah. So, and he's been, there's a person there's an animal in that house that doesn't love it, but she'll get used to it. She's
going to come around at some point.
She'll come around.
She's going to come around at some point. She's going to get along. We all going to get along
chill.
here.
Yeah, super chill. So this is a dog-friendly home.
Yeah.
This is our dog-friendly home. But, no, we don't have hardwood floors. And I think that if we did, we do have hardwood floors. I'm sorry. We don't have dark hardwood floors here. Yeah. But if we did, we would probably not let the dogs come.
Yeah, it's
because it would be like
it does show up.
Yeah,
it does show up.
It does show up.
Yeah.
So I will say I'm not joined by my team members today. Mary Baker. Oh, no, Mary Horton.
Mary Horton.
Mary Horton.
You can't say Mary Baker anymore.
It's funny because I always wrote like her actual like checks. I would write Mary Baker, but on the envelope I've always written Mary Horton. Like for the past 5-6 years that I've been writing checks, I've always written Mary Horton. So the first one that I did was she was like, actually Mary Horton? I was like, Mary Horton. And in parentheses, I was like, oh my gosh, it's the first time. Like I do write this whole paragraph on the envelope. I was like, oh my gosh, it's the first time. It's really Mary. It's for real this time. It's really Horton. Mary Horton is at Cochise Estates in West Bridgewater today from 11 to 3. And Sharon is away with Mark.
Yeah. Spending some nice
time. So I was like, you know what? Relax. I got it with
this.
Tracy.
We got this.
I did. Did I text you after the office meeting on Thursday? No, yes. I don't even remember. I don't even know what day it is. So I ran the office meeting on Thursday, and I think I was like, oh, and by the way, Tracy, do you want to do the show with me on Saturday?
Would you like to do the radio show on Saturday?
And I gave you a little bit more time than I usually do.
Honestly, you could call me at 8 o'clock in the morning and be like, can you come do the radio show? And I'd be like, yeah, I'll just roll on in and hopefully we'll have something we can talk about. Like, I didn't even know what the agenda was today.
Yeah, I know. You don't even ask.
Talking about today.
Well, Julia, who puts our agenda together, and we're just rambling. Sorry. We're just rambling. It's Saturday, and it's us.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what we do.
This is our catch-up time. You're just all part of it.
Yeah, we could just continue on our conversation. We're just catching up because we don't see each other very often. No. So here we are. Julia asked me, she was like, oh, so what's the topic? And I was like, oh, I think we're just going to continue the topic because last Saturday we had our radio show, but we were doing it during our yard sale.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So the first half hour of our yard sale was like promoting the yard sale, or show was promoting the yard sale and promoting the agents that were here and stuff like that. And then finally we got to our topic and we were like, yeah, I don't even know why we did a topic because like we gave ourselves 5 minutes to talk about it.
Yeah.
So we are going to be continuing our sort of 5-minute conversation from last Saturday is emotional aspects of selling your home.
Oh, yes.
I've
seen a couple of things. It's funny because now that I'm looking at the agenda.
Now that you know that we're talking about.
Number one right there was on the Today Show this week. The children's artwork and what to do with children's artwork.
Oh, yep. Can you talk about that?
Yes.
We didn't talk about that last week.
So children's artwork and schoolwork. I used to keep a box in the attic with every piece of schoolwork that my kids did. Whatever they wrote, whatever they painted, whatever. I mean, I'm pretty sure if I go in the attic, there's still a box up there with paperwork. And I know it's tough to give it up. And 12 years of school is a lot of paperwork.
Yeah.
So the idea on somebody came up with was take your kids, collect their work for the school year, go back over it, pick the things that are super well done, take a picture of it, and then create a little book.
Yeah.
With special moments, like even trips or
Yeah.
time with grandma and grandpa, a
Yeah.
picture of that and a special moment and some of the favorite stuff. And then create these little books
Yeah.
that you can keep all 12 years of their best stuff
Yeah.
without keeping the actual product.
Well, it's funny that you just said that, and I meant to send this to Mary because something popped up afterwards, and it was like this company that creates books. Like you send them a bunch of like paperwork or cards or whatever, and a lot of people do it after their wedding. So it's like, what do you do with all your wedding cards? You want to keep the notes and all that stuff,
But you
whatever.
don't wanna
but you don't want to keep
them.
What do you keep
Yeah.
the card for? You know.
Yeah, I mean-
So this company like will literally make a book, like it'll have like the picture, like a picture of the front of the card and then the picture of the handwritten stuff, and they'll send you the cards back if you want the actual cards too, but it's like, well, why did you make the book?
Exactly.
Some people make like, they're very creative and they have like those stamps that like
I love those.
you put I don't know, you put it on a piece of paper and then it like it like cuts it out or whatever.
Oh, it has
and they
the special. I have those too. Yeah, I
so
did.
they like make
one book.
one of them made like a whole collage of like just
like a deckled
stamps.
edge, like a deckled edge scissor or a punch out that you can.
I'm not
punch.
creative like that. I don't have the patience for that. I don't have a patience for a puzzle. Okay, you should have seen Mary and I doing a puzzle during COVID. It was a disaster. It was a disaster. I think so.
Yeah, okay.
And it was all like the same color. Like I just was losing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Mary said, "Never again."
Yeah. No.
Never again.
Nope.
But yeah,
But
that's
I thought
a
that
good
was
idea.
very
Yeah.
clever. So take all the things that you really like that they did in this school year, and then pick out the things that are the best, and take a picture, create a little book, and then before you know it, when they graduate, you have 12 little books as opposed to 12 big boxes of everything. Big boxes of paperwork and. Oh my God, some of the things. I still have Christmas ornaments that they made.
Even I, as a single woman, I'm 32 years old, I definitely have a couple boxes in Mary's basement of like school books and like paperwork. And I'm just like,
memorabilia of.
I don't even have kids. It's my own stuff. I'm just like, what am I doing?
Yeah, what am I going to do with all this?
I'm pretty sure I have stuff at my mom's house. She's listening. I know. She's going to be like, please get it out. Get it out. It's been in there for 10 years. Please get it out.
Our kids kind of the same thing. Like, just because you moved out doesn't mean you don't take your stuff with you.
Yeah. But I have like school books that I will never like use like ever. And I'm like,
And
I
they're
spent $400 on that thing and they wanted to give me $3 back.
Yeah.
So, I gave it to them and I kept it.
Yep. No, you don't need. Yeah, no.
the book.
And those books are huge.
They're huge,
heavy.
they're
They're
heavy.
big. They're hardbound. I mean, yeah, it's. And you feel
Yeah.
awful giving more, like throwing it away. Like I'm throwing education away.
Yeah,
I'm throwing it in
well,
a barrel.
yeah.
That's going to go nowhere.
Yeah.
So-
Don't throw away books.
No.
We'll figure it out.
No, we'll figure it out. We'll find some place to send them
But
to.
that's a
or
good
at least
idea, yeah.
recycle. But I love the idea about the kids, start now. Before
Yeah.
you get yourself into a position where I have in my attic probably 2 huge boxes, one for Colin, one for Taylor, that just has all their old schoolwork in it from years ago. And
And how often do you go through it?
Never.
Okay. I think it's
Never,
time to get
ever,
rid of it.
ever. It's time to go. And
It's time
when
to
the
go.
attic gets cleaned out, it's going.
Yeah.
So
But you're aging in place.
aging in place for a little while anyway. Yep, we're aging in place. Well, if kids start having babies,
You gotta
we'll be
travel.
heading to Nashville. Yeah, we'll be heading to Nashville for that.
All right. Well,
So-
we're
but we're gonna enjoy our house
we're gonna
right now.
open a Boston Connect in Nashville.
Yes, we are. We absolutely are going to open a Boston Connect in Nashville.
And I will
Nashville
run it.
Connect.
Sorry, Sharon, I'm leaving.
Nashville
I'll run
Connect.
it.
Yeah.
Nashville Connect.
Nashville Connect.
We
that's
should
got it
trademark
right.
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
We
I gotta
should.
text
All
Sharon.
right. Yeah.
Yeah. So kids artwork, kids paperwork, all that stuff, whatever.
Yep.
And
And it's like cleaning out and it's talking about what you really need to do to get your house prepared. This is another big thing. Like, cleanliness is big.
Yeah.
Do we expect you to live like that on a daily basis? No, absolutely not. Nobody's house is pristine. But when you're selling it, it's super important to
Yeah.
get that deep clean down, windows clean for that period of time that you're selling it.
Yeah.
Nobody expects you to live like that on a day-to-day basis. But
Yeah.
when you're selling your house, you're trying to sell a product.
Yeah.
So
I recently had a private showing at a condo, and I wasn't even considering condos, but considering that there's not much on the market, I was like, all right, well, let me take a swing at this.
Yeah.
And the agent was like, yeah, you can totally go in today, but like the seller really wanted me to let you know that like it's just not in tip top shape. Like, and I was like, She said, they feel a little bit more comfortable that you are an agent looking for yourself and you're not like showing a buyer and they might be turned off, because I'm sure you've seen worse. I literally walked in and I was like, this is cleaner than I would have it, so you're fine.
You're fine. Yeah.
I was like, there was like barely any furniture in there.
I feel sellers
what
are
is
more
happening?
critical about themselves anyway than we are. Like, they don't want their house to, they want to put their best foot forward and make sure their house looks so nice.
Well, you would hope.
I mean, there are
There's
times.
been some times.
There's been some times.
There's not.
I've been in a feral cat house, so that was my. Yep. Oh, that was bad. I was on the I was there with the developer. I think I hopped onto his back. I'm like, get me out of here. I can't be in here right now.
Yeah. I think Sharon has a story that I think she went with Trish years ago to a house and they had like full-grown pigs like in the house, like just like normal like living, and they're just like, What?
Why are there pigs in the house?
Like, they couldn't get out fast enough. They're like, I don't know if this one's for me.
Nope, not gonna happen.
Nope. But, so we're sort of talking about like the emotional aspects of like, of course you still have to live in it. If you are living, if it's vacant, then
it's vacant. That's fine.
It might be for a reason, but. If you are still living in the house, it no matter what, it's an emotional process.
Oh, yeah.
So it is.
Depending on how long you've been there. I mean, the house we just sold over in Hanson on Whitman Street.
Yeah.
They have been in that house for 24, 25 years. They raised their kids in that house. It was emotional, and I knew it was going to be somewhat emotional for them.
Yeah.
And talk about pristine. There were carpet marks from the vacuum cleaner. Every time I went in there, there were like carpet marks.
Yeah.
From her vacuum.
And everything had a place there.
Everything had a place.
Everything had a place.
I never had to worry, not one iota, about that. And she left it in pristine condition when she left the house.
Good.
I'm like, this is one walkthrough. I have no.
Oh, you should have done a video of the walkthrough and be like, this is how you leave your house.
Yeah, this is beyond broom clean. This was absolutely,
I bet the new buyers put a pool in.
I think it's a perfect backyard for a pool. It really is.
I'm surprised that they hadn't, since they've been there for so long and raised kids there.
I was kind of surprised
that they didn't.
Yeah, they had the basketball court out back, which was really nice. Not a big one, but it was well done.
I bet the new buyers put a pool in.
Yep.
And we're available. Oh well, you have your own pool, so
I have my own pool,
I'm available.
but,
Well, I have Mary's pool, but until I find something. So if you have anything that you'd like to sell me,
again,
I don't need a pool. I have options.
She just wants a house.
Just wants a house.
She just wants a house.
Yeah, I mean, it is emotional. No matter how you look at it, it's emotional. So you brought up kids first, and it's putting away those types of things because you'd have to put them away anyways when you move.
Yeah, and you really want to take them with you when you move and start that whole. No, you don't.
Yeah.
So start now. Start thinking about it.
Start thinking about it.
Scaling down all that.
Yeah, I know. We are going to take a little break. I promise we're going to continue this
we're going to continue on.
We're going to continue on. We might be talking about other things. We might be talking about our topic, but come back and you will find out.
We'll find out.
Let's face it, we all get to the point in our lives when our current home no longer suits our everyday needs. With ever-changing living dynamics, addressing your future is all about right-sizing. Finding the right size home for you right now. Are you having difficulty with navigating multiple levels in your home? Are you finding that yard work is taking up all of your free time? Do the home maintenance projects seem never-ending? Let us help you find the right size for you right now. I'm Sharon McNamara, the broker-owner of Boston Connect Real Estate. If you would like a one-on-one consultation with me and my team or one of the dedicated agents at Boston Connect Real Estate to discuss your real estate needs, you can connect with us at bostonconnect.com or 781-826-8000. Let's face it, we all get to the point in our lives when our current home no longer suits our everyday needs. With ever-changing living dynamics, addressing your future is all about right-sizing. Finding the right size home for you right now. Is your current living space too small? Are you looking for more room to grow? Do you find yourself making continuous home improvements to fit your current lifestyle needs? Let us help you find the right size for you right now. If you would like a one-on-one consultation with me and my team or one of the dedicated agents at Boston Connect Real Estate to discuss your real estate needs, you can connect with us at bostonconnect.com or 781-826-8000.
We now return to Talk Real Estate, sponsored by Boston Connect Real Estate Services on 95.9 WATD.
And we are back. Tracy is a rapper. She just told everybody.
I'm a rapper.
We were talking about wrapping presents.
Tracy D in the house.
Tracy
Tracy
D.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, I'm a rapper.
Yeah, she's a rapper. We were talking about wrapping presents.
Wrapping presents.
Because she literally just told me I don't keep
cards.
I have boxes of cards, and I don't know what to do with them. So I think I might send them to the thing to get a book made out of, and then I probably will never read the book either. But
you'll have the cards, and they won't be like.
But you used to make gift tags.
I used to take my Christmas cards from the previous year and save them, and then I would turn them into my gift tags the following year on my wrappings.
What a fun idea!
It was just using the card. I mean, then you can go back and look at the Christmas cards from the previous year, and so you kind of enjoy them all over again. And then you just punch out the pretty part of the card, whether it was a little tree or star or something.
Yeah.
And then I would just do, to Colin from Santa on the back, and I would make them into little
cute.
tags. And then
What a
was
great
user.
idea.
Yeah. So you use up those cards. So save them from one year, and then you just use them the following year for your gift tags.
Yeah. So I asked Tracy if she had a wrapping room. It's her spare bedroom.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm a wrapaholic. Yes.
She's a wrapaholic.
I love to wrap tulle, hairspray.
I know you helped me
flowers.
wrap a gift once for a baby shower.
Oh, yeah. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, at the restaurant.
Yeah.
So we had minimal.
Yeah.
But I can take minimal and make it.
I was like,
yeah.
I have this ribbon. Please help.
Can you do something with this ribbon?
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time at the town hall making bows for people.
Oh,
People would
well,
bring me,
that's nice.
can you make a bow during lunch? Can you,
Yeah.
make a bow? Yep. I used to have green wire in my drawer, so I would just cut the green wire, sit there, make my bow, tie it up.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So, yeah, love to wrap. Yeah. At Jim's, a lot of people are like, I don't even want to open it. I'm like, no, you have to open it. I mean,
Yeah.
that's part of the fun of
Let me
doing
take a
it.
picture first.
Yeah, let's make a picture first.
Okay, so emotional aspects of selling your home. So we sort of started the conversation. Okay.
The kids' work, the kids' artwork.
So listing the house. What do you think is the most emotional part about like initially listing your house?
Well, I think it's that separation that you're like, I'm really going to leave this house. I think that's a real tough, you've been there for so long. Although with Jim and I have sold a few properties. I mean, we moved from a condo to a house, and then the house where we had the kids, and moved to our house where we're at now.
Yeah.
I think you get so caught up in it's so much work to get out of the house, like packing and everything, that sometimes that you don't get hit with that missing thing until you're like ready to close, and you're like, oh, I haven't even had a chance to like think about, all my memories in this house and everything that's happened, and because you're so caught up in the selling and the moving part of it and packing, that sometimes it catches you a little off guard, like, ooh, I'm a little emotional about this. I have not given myself enough time to like think about moving out of my home.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many different reasons why you are moving, like good, bad, ugly.
Good, for whatever reason. Yeah, exactly. Good, bad, ugly, for reasons, for whatever they are.
Yeah. So, I mean, it is emotional, but that is why you hire a professional, because we might not be therapists, but we know how to, like, we've done this a million times. We've seen it. It's rare when we come across something that, like, we haven't experienced, but we get through it because we talk amongst ourselves like, hey, have you ever experienced this? And then we always find somebody in our office who has.
Like, oh yeah, I remember when that happened.
Oh yeah, and here's what happened, and here's how you get through it. So, but yeah, it can definitely be emotional, especially when there's multiple people involved.
Yeah.
Sharon right now has been helping a lot of children sell their parents' homes for different number of reasons.
Yep.
So, it can be high emotion.
Yeah.
High tension. And you just have
multiple
to,
people involved, multiple family members, multiple attorneys.
Yeah.
Multiple. Yeah. It just becomes very complicated. And we actually just went through one, and not that there was any, but getting through probate.
Oh, yeah.
That was a big one. We were waiting. We were bringing in the buyers. The sellers were selling their mother's property, who had passed. They were all on board to sell, and we were waiting for the case to go through probate to say that it was okay for them to sell it, that there wasn't any liens or anything outstanding on the property. It was pretty clear cut, but it does take time to get through that. So, you got to kind of think in advance on that one. And I will say, everybody at the Plymouth Probate Court, my favorite group of people. Could not have been any nicer. I spoke to a lovely woman, And before I knew it, bing, bang, we were all done and signed and ready to go. But it did take about 3 months to get through it. So your buyer has to be prepared to know that it's going to take a little time to get it through the paperwork.
So did your client know ahead of time that this was the process that it had to go through?
We did. Yes, we did. But we were kind of hopeful that it was going to go quicker than it did. So we gave 60 days to get through probate, which we felt was going to be plenty because all the paperwork had already been filed and everything. And when it came to closing day, we had to push out the closing because we still weren't through probate. So that's when I kind of just picked up the phone and started calling all of my favorite people. I tried
Hello, you're my favorite person.
Hello, do you have any ties to the court?
Hello.
Do you know anybody who works in the court system? Do you know a clerk? Do you know a clerk that knows a judge? Do you know a judge? Do you know anybody?
I have jury duty next month, so maybe I'll soon have some ties to the
Here we go.
system.
I can't even imagine you on jury duty. You are such a, you love all, I mean.
I know. Do you think I'll get dismissed? You'll be like, that one's too excited to be here.
Number 18's got to go.
Yeah, that one,
Jury
it's a
number,
no.
juror number 18, you're dismissed.
Yeah.
You seem a little too excited to be here.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
I have jury duty, but I'm excited about it.
It is fun. Yeah, it'll be. Yeah.
It'll be an interesting.
I've never gotten
story.
picked. I've never been picked. I've been
Yeah,
dismissed
I don't know
a few
one
times.
person. I don't know one person who's gotten picked. They either haven't been called for jury duty or like they just haven't been picked.
Well, I feel like they have a bulk of people there. There's like 40 of you, and they only need 12 in a jury. So half the time they dismiss you.
They
before
call
even a
40
chance.
people. They give people 40.
I was always in a room with a lot of people.
Oh.
And then like jury number.
Well,
like
there's more
jury
than-
number.
there's more than one
15 through
crime at a
30
time.
go. Well, that's true. And then
more
a lot
than
of
one
them
crime.
don't even end up going into. They don't even end up being heard because they dismiss it or they come to an agreement before they even go into the court. So
Yeah, so I'll let you know.
you're going to get picked.
Oh,
I
God.
feel you're going to get picked.
It will be my lucky day.
She will be so excited. She thinks she's on CSI.
Yeah. It'll be a Law and Order. Guilty.
Guilty. He's guilty.
Yeah, so back to real estate.
Oh yeah, okay. But
Yeah.
not with the court system, but
Yeah.
probate. So it's something important, especially when you're selling your family member's home. Just take that into consideration, and try to get that paperwork out of the way as soon as you possibly can, because it makes it a whole lot easier when you sell your house.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
To have that done.
And again, everybody has different circumstances. They're in every transaction is different. Every
Everyone.
home sale is different. Every home purchase is different.
You
but
learn
when
something new every
you learn
single
something
time
new
you
every
close.
day, yeah.
Every time you close on something,
you learn something new every day. But with time comes experience, and there comes patience.
Yep.
And when you have patience, you can get through anything. Right?
It's like the old adage: "There's nothing short about a short sale." Like
Yeah.
I love when people say,
yeah,
"Oh,
why?
we'll do a short
It's
sale."
like jumbo shrimp.
Yeah.
It's like, why is it called jumbo shrimp? Because isn't shrimp supposed to be small?
Small.
Yeah,
Isn't
but
shrimp-
they are big. But but
Exactly.
it's like a short sale.
They ain't
no,
nothing
it's a long,
short about a short
there's
sale.
Nothing short about a short sale.
Yep.
This is a long journey.
Yeah,
and we're in this
something-
together.
Exactly. This could be a while. So.
This could be a while.
Yep.
Okay, emotional aspects about showing the house. So the house is on the market. What are some emotions do you think could be going through? And I want to do the buyers too. Seeing a property or a seller selling, having people come into their house. What do you think are some of the emotions
I
that go
think
through?
some people just don't. There are some people who just don't like people in their houses. Number one,
Yeah.
They're like, do I actually have to have an open house? Well, yeah, you really do have to have an open house because you want to make it. Although I've had a few agents recently that have said, I don't announce my open houses. I kind of want to see what the market hold, like who's looking for this house that's actively looking for the house.
Yeah.
So they don't do the open house until like on a Friday they'll announce that they're going to do their open house on Saturday and Sunday. So that way if the house goes on the market on Tuesday, if you really have interested parties, they're going to search you out as opposed to you just making the house available
Yeah.
to them. I'm a little torn on that one. I'm thinking I want as many people in the house as I possibly can get.
Yeah.
To see. But as the seller, it's emotional to have people walking through your house and opening your closets and things of that nature. So, I always make it very clear, don't leave anything out that you don't want anybody to, don't leave your diamond rings
Yeah.
sitting in the shell on your nightstand.
Yeah.
Because, not that anybody is going to take them, but you got to think about you are going to have people walking through your house.
Yeah.
So, and that's emotional.
Well, I'm just thinking so I actually showed a property the other day, what was it, Thursday? Yeah, I showed a property Thursday that is off market. It has a signed listing agreement, everything. It's supposed to be coming on the market through word of mouth. Somebody, figured that out and whatever. So I showed the property. It's going to be Sharon's listing. Their agent came, everything. But when I found out that I was going to be the one showing it, my initial question was, okay, have you told them, have you walked them through, okay,
This is what's going to happen.
this is what's going to happen. People are coming through your house. Make sure you do this because we have a system. And now we're sort of it's not on the market yet. Have they had that conversation?
Yeah,
Do they know?
Do they know that they really need to leave the house? You're looking as best foot forward, as I always say.
And I was
you want to make it look as nice, neat, clean, clear off your countertops. Again, nobody expects you to live like this.
Yeah,
but if you want to sell your home, you want to put it in the best possible light, which means, your countertops really need to be cleaned off. Shouldn't be any laundry all over the house. There should, you just really want to.
Yeah, and it was great. I mean, it was really nice.
I've rarely had the problem with going into somebody's house when they know you're having an open house that you would say, wow, this is a hot mess.
This is a hot mess.
I'm gonna need to be a little cleaning up on this. Bring my broom. Bring my broom and my Windex.
I think my gift will be, a deep clean.
Probably be my closing gift.
My closing gift will be a deep clean
Very
before
rarely.
walkthrough.
I feel like people that are ready to sell their homes, they're ready. I mean, unless it's an emergency situation where you have to sell, which is, not ideal, but.
Yeah,
people that are ready to sell are usually in the right mindset.
Well, I feel like we need to do a show again. We've done this in the past, but we need to do a show again of yes, preparing your home to sell, but there are things that you really don't need to do before you sell. We never want anybody to waste any money. We don't want anybody to waste any time. So
something you're not going to get a return back.
Something you're not going to get a return on.
Yep.
Because there are some things that are so simple and cost effective that go such a long way.
Yes.
And so I feel like we need to do a show about that too.
Yep.
But anyways, okay, so showing the house. Did we go through both the buyer and seller?
So then the buyer, when you bring a buyer into a seller's house, I usually get this, is it all right if I look in the closet? I'm like,
well, that's nice that they ask you.
I do. A lot of buyers will ask, is it all right if we just, is it all right if I open the closet to see? I'm like, yeah, absolutely.
It's interesting because when I showed the house the other day, I opened the closet doors. I turned the light on and I cracked it open a little bit because I know that they were comfortable with somebody coming into their house and looking around.
Yep.
And I was there and their agent was there. So it's so much easier to there's a fine line between giving buyers and their agents privacy, but also making sure that you are representing your seller.
Correct.
So
yes.
it's not leaving somebody upstairs in a bedroom for a half hour by themselves. No. That doesn't happen.
No, we're going to keep this moving right along. We're gonna...
Any questions? There's me. Hi. Do you have any questions? Do you have any questions for me?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. And I was the person, so during COVID, when we used to do open houses together and we would have to regulate how many people coming through the open house, Sharon and Mary always put me on the door. Because I never let anybody in without having them sign in, knowing exactly how many people were in the house. I was the one asking the COVID questions. They were Melissa's got the door. I was the bouncer.
You were
I was
the
bouncer at every open house during COVID, and I was I'm tired.
I'm tired of being the bad guy.
I want to be inside.
I want to be the fun person. I don't want to be the mean person at the door that's, giving out beans.
No, I would say that the most fun I had being the bouncer probably was when Sharon and Mary had the triple decker in Dorchester. And it was definitely an interesting situation. But we probably had, 80 people come through.
Oh, yeah, it was a big one.
80 people come through. And I was, it was in the middle of winter. I'm at the door, and there's these big tough guys coming up, with
contractors,
developers, and they're trying to get through. I go, excuse me. I stopped right in front of, excuse me. have you signed in? Have you answered my COVID questions?
Did you answer my COVID questions? Have you signed in?
Hi. I'm like, okay.
Nothing says buy this house more than
would you like a flyer?
being grilled at the door.
Would you like a flyer? And the guy, half of them were like, I would just tear this place down anyways. And I'm just like, would you like a flyer?
Would you like a flyer to let you know what the dimensions are that you're taking now?
Yeah. That was probably like my most fun because I got to like step in front of these big tough men and be like, hi, you have to wait your turn.
Sorry, there's a line.
Sorry, there's a line. Yeah, so I think it's interesting that you said the whole like, but I literally, as I was opening the closet door the other day, I was like, oh yeah, this is because when I walk through as a buyer, like I am like, oh, I want to know. Like storage is important to me. So
I think it's important to you want to make
something
sure your closet.
So like I don't have a lot of things on my must-have list. I would really love a basement for the storage. Yeah. However, I would compromise if the actual home had enough storage that I felt like
closets and
closets and attic. Even like an extra room or like an office or something, like an attic. So I would compromise that, but so I am looking in that condo that I looked at that was clean. It was cleaner than I would have left it. I did open all the closets, and they had a great closet space.
Nice.
But it had like a shared basement. So that's why I was like, okay, let me look in the closets to see if I could, like how much stuff I could leave in mine, because I want to be able to see it.
Yeah,
because you can't control what goes on down there.
Yeah, in a common area.
In a common area.
Usually they give you cages so that you can put a lock. You could put a lock on it, but but
yeah. Well, I don't want to lock my stuff up in a cage.
It's not your cat.
I don't lock her in a cage either.
It's hats and things like that you're locking in a cage.
Hats. How many hats do you think I have?
I have a lot.
Well, you're a hat person. I feel like I can't pull off a hat. If you've ever seen me in a hat, just let me know if I can pull it off or not.
I'm not sure I've ever seen you in a baseball hat.
Well, so tomorrow I'm going to the beach. Whoop, whoop. I'm not a beach person. It's supposed
to be a beautiful day tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm
not
a little excited. I'm not a beach person, but my friend Jess and I, we try to go to, clearly. Again, if you've ever met me, I'm so fair-skinned. I'm literally Irish, Scottish, English.
Are you bringing an umbrella?
I do. I have a thing that goes over my chair.
Okay.
But Jess and I, we go...
50.
Yeah. 75.
Player 100 going once.
I wear it for babies. It only has 2 ingredients. It should have 2 ingredients. It's SPF for babies. That's what I wear. And as a 32-year-old woman, but we always go to Newport every year. Last year we couldn't coordinate. Like we usually stay overnight, 1 or 2 nights. Last year we just couldn't coordinate. We were just so busy that we just went to the beach for one day. And then this year we were looking at our hotel, and it was so expensive. It was like twice as much as we normally like. We've always stayed. Yeah, we've always stayed there, and I'm just like, let's just go to the beach. And so we're going to the beach, and we're going to do our thing tomorrow. But then we brought Bruins tickets because we were like, oh, I'd rather go to the Bruins game
than spend the money.
Spend twice as much money in a hotel room that we don't even hang out there.
Yeah, just to get changed.
Get changed. No, so we're going to the Bruins game.
Not tomorrow.
Not tomorrow.
Bruins are not playing tomorrow.
No, we're going October 30th. So if you're also going to the October 30th game, come hang out with us, have a beer.
Yeah.
But I don't even know what that has to do with anything.
I don't know. How did we get on this subject? Really?
I don't know. Again, we don't see each other very often, so we're catching up.
We're catching up. So now I know she's going to Newport tomorrow, which I did not know. So,
yeah,
but I do
not
know
not my Sunday to work. So I'm going to Newport. It is supposed to be a beautiful day, but Newport has beautiful houses.
Oh God!
I mean, come on.
Yeah, beautiful.
And I feel like they hold on to them down there.
Yeah, those usually transfer over to
family.
Yes, family, close family, kids, what have you. Yeah,
or the Preservation Society.
Yeah. Here's an interesting conversation. It has nothing to do with this conversation, a little bit, but Taylor and I were having a conversation yesterday. She's down in Nashville, obviously. So we were talking about moving to Nashville or buying a house in Nashville. They are predicting that Nashville's real estate market is going to crash next year because they have inventory. Right. So she was looking yesterday. I said, well, how many homes are available in Nashville today? 2,000.
What?
2,000 properties.
Why?
And I know Nashville's large because there are sections of Nashville, but it's huge. And they're predicting by next year there could be upwards of 6,000 properties.
Are people leaving Nashville?
That's what I just don't know if they're just overbuilding or what the case may be. But that
is it all new construction? Like how
a lot
much
of
is
new construction.
Yeah.
A lot of it's new construction, new new condos, and Nashville has been an up and coming area for years. But I was stunned when she said that. And there are 10 houses in Hanover that are on the market.
Well, that would
and
be,
there's thousands of.
But what
Nashville that
about
are on the
this?
market.
How interesting would it be if you guys got a condo in Nashville instead of buying a house and living there full time? What if you got a condo
And just
and
went down
still
there to stay?
Yeah.
Yeah, and go back and forth.
Like you could be snowbirds, but in Nashville.
But in Nashville, yeah, that's a definite possibility because we'll still have ties.
Please don't leave
up
here. Please don't leave
go.
me. Don't leave us.
Don't go, please.
But I miss you so
Jen's
much.
not a big condo fan, though. It's really kind of funny. Yeah. I would
Well-
think it would be easier. But if we weren't there full time,
Yeah,
and
if
it was
you're not
just
there
a place to
full-time,
hang your hat,
yeah.
so to say.
Well, plus Colin is in DC.
Yep.
He's not leaving there anytime
No,
soon.
he's not
so
leaving there
you
anytime
gotta love both your kids.
Yeah, gotta be
give
able
them
to go
both.
back and forth, give them the attention that they truly deserve. Yes.
Your adult children.
And adult children need the attention that they feel they need. Yeah, but I thought that was and I was shocked
Yeah,
when she said
interesting.
that. And when she actually did the numbers, she's like, well, just in this general area, there's over 2,000 properties. I'm like, we can't even get 5 properties in Hanover
Yeah.
at the same time. I think Taylor looked it up.
I
yesterday.
can't get
think there were
5 in
9.
my price range in all of Plymouth County. Yeah. Okay.
So inventory is I mean, we have no inventory up here, and they apparently have a plethora of inventory in Nashville.
Interesting. We might all be moving to Nashville.
We're all going to Nashville now.
This show, we're going to move the show down there too.
Oh my God, we could do that. We could be right down on Broadway,
Yeah.
doing our radio show with live country music behind us.
Along with probably a million other shows.
Yep, but that's okay.
That's okay because we'll be unique. Okay, we have been all over the place, but that's us. That's Tracy and I. We're just sort of all over the place, and everybody loves it, right? If you love it, just let us know.
Let us know. Not quite sure.
But I have somebody on here. I'm going to the Bruins opening night. I've never been to the beach in Newport. Where do you go? Oh, hi, Dee. So I think we're going to Second Beach. I'm not really familiar. Again, I'm not really a beach person, so we go for like a
that
couple
big flat
hours.
beach. Is it like it's got the big house?
I know there's
on
like
the
First Beach, Second Beach. Oh, no.
Okay.
I know what you're talking about. It has like the highway in front of it, almost like a highway-ish.
Yes.
And where
Yeah,
the trail is.
yes.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
We've been there, but they have a lot of the water's red there and like a lot of seaweed and stuff.
okay.
We've been there just to like walk the beach after walking the trail. But we went to Second Beach last year, and I think we're going to go to Second Beach this year. So that's where we'll be tomorrow if anybody wants to come say hi.
Wants to come to Newport
and have a beer with us there. But yes, and she's going opening night, Bruins opening night. I think we looked at tickets for Bruins opening night, but they were super expensive. So we are going the 30th.
Nice.
October 30th. And then I think we're going to another game, but I don't remember the date. But we were able to go to 2 Bruins games for the price of 1 hotel room for the night.
In Newport. So
In Newport.
you made the right choice. I believe you made the correct choice.
Yeah, I'm all about the experience. I'm happy to spend money on an experience, on a memory.
Yeah.
So,
That you then can put in a small book instead of keeping it as a paper copy.
yes. Then I post a picture and then it's over.
And then it's done. And
But
you've
then we can
contained
say,
the memory.
oh, remember when? But it's funny because I know this is totally off topic, whatever. My friend Stephanie and her husband and their 2 kids, I met up with them. They're from Florida. We went to college together. We went to Florida Southern. I was in her wedding. We just have remained best friends for 13 plus years, whatever. Her husband is from Rhode Island, and we met up with them. They were there last week. So my friend Jess and her daughter, who's my goddaughter, all of us went out to dinner. And last year when Jess and I, because Jess and I always go to Bruins game together, the woman next to me like spilled my beer, and she just like got up and left or whatever, and like fine, whatever. So, and at the time I was like texting with my friend Stephanie. I was like, oh, she just spilled my beer or whatever. So Stephanie Venmo'd me like $20 and was like, here's get yourself a beer from Florida. So like I had posted about it, but she brought that up at dinner because we were like, oh yeah, we're going to the Bruins game, and she's like, hey, remember that time? And I was like, yeah. So here, a memory.
A memory. See, and
See,
there's
we
your
still
memory.
talk about it, and now I'm talking about it again on the radio. But hopefully nobody spills my beer this time because it's expensive.
Oh, yeah. They catch you.
My Capital One card, like, they send me fraud alerts because I spent, like, because you buy one or two at a time. So it's like the same, they charge you the same price every time. So they're like, hello?
How many people are you buying beer for?
How many people are you buying? Well, I never drive. So I can drink as much as I want.
There you go.
And I'm an adult.
And I'm adulting.
But yeah, my Capital One is like, hello?
Hello.
Fraud? Question mark? I'm like, nope.
Legit.
At the Bruins game.
Totally legit.
This is legit. This is me.
Yeah.
Okay, so we just have a couple more minutes left.
It goes by so fast.
I know.
It really does go by fast.
Any like sort of final like emotional aspects that you want to talk about with the process before we give you a chance to give your contact information out to everybody?
No, I think it's, you really have to be prepared. And, it's not a haphazard thing when you put in your house on the market. You really need to put a little bit of thought into it. As we said, try to get rid of your clutter. Personalized things really doesn't work. So, the family pictures need to go in a box and stuff on the refrigerator, especially for pictures and things of that nature. But, when you're ready to sell your house, we would love to sit and talk to you about it. We like to sit and listen to what your plans are for your future and where you want to be. And so we try to, take care of all that for you to make it a whole lot easier.
We just take on everybody's emotional baggage.
Pretty much, yeah. We take on the emotional baggage. We take on the
attorney,
the attorney, the whatever you need to make it work. We're happy to, do that for you. Everybody here at Boston Connect.
Yeah. That is true. And you are always, we joke about this, you being on the show, but like you're always so generous with your time, with the show, and just with everything. And, it kind of made me a little sad that Jim was showing a house by himself today because you guys do everything together.
We do it all together. Yeah, we do. Yeah. We usually go in and sit down with everybody. But we love to, we love to sit and we talk all the time about it. Love to sit with you, talk about what your realty dreams look like and what where you want to be. Even if you're not ready to sell your house right now, we still love to sit and talk about it. And I think it's important that you get prepped and prepared so, it's not just something you dive into.
Yeah. And you'll be doing this for a long time. So even if somebody is like, oh, I'm not thinking about doing it right this second, but maybe in a year, 2 years, 3 years.
Yeah. It doesn't
it's
have
always
to be
great
right
to
now.
start a relationship with somebody and build that trust. And over time, it'll just...
We have adorable buyers that we're working with right now, and I feel like they always say to us, we're so sorry that we were... And I'm like, never apologize to go look at a house. We're happy to look at any house,
that's our job.
Anytime. And I like to be informed. You might not want to buy this, but somebody else in our office may want to buy it, or I can share the information that I saw that property type thing. And they were like, but we really feel so bad that we really want to buy. Like, I want you to buy something you love. I don't want you to buy something for the sake of buying.
Yeah.
I want you to have... I want you to know that you made your best possible choice.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Wow. Well, why don't you give your contact information out to everybody so they can start a relationship with you?
There we go. You can reach me, Tracy, at 617-620-8484 or Tracy at bostonconnect.com, TRACY. And Jim, my better half, Jim at bostonconnect.com or Jim at 617-842-4019.
Yeah, and if you want to listen to any of our past shows, you can go to talkrealestateroundtable.com. You can punch in Talk Real Estate Roundtable in your podcast app or Spotify, Apple Music, whatever. You can go to bostonconnect.com to find all of our contact information. Thank you so much, Tracy.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. And thank you, Tim.
Thank you,
you're
Tim.
very welcome.
Pleasure
ladies.
as always.
Yeah.
Always a pleasure.
And thank you, everybody, for listening to us. We will be back. I will be with Kristen Howlett, full-time realtor at Boston Connect Real Estate on Tuesday night. We'll see you then. Bye.
For a neighbor, would you be mine? Could you be mine? It's a neighborly day in this beauty wood, a neighborly day for a beauty. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? I have always wanted to have a neighbor just like you. I've always wanted to have a
WATD FM Marshfield, WBMS Brockton.